Why the sudden surge in pneumonia cases among children in Ohio? This question has been causing a stir in recent weeks, with health officials warning about an increase in pediatric pneumonia, also referred to as white lung syndrome. Even though this outbreak has seen 145 cases reported in children aged 3 to 14 years old in Warren County alone, experts assure us that this is not linked to any other outbreak, either statewide, nationally, or internationally. According to the officials, these recent illnesses are not suspected of being a new or novel respiratory virus, but instead they appear to be an increase in the number of typical pediatric pneumonia cases. Symptoms of this condition include cough, fever, and fatigue, and most cases can be treated with antibiotics without requiring hospitalization. Dr. Mandy Cohen, director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, reassured the public at a House committee hearing, stating emphatically that there is no evidence of a new virus, such as COVID-19, in the Ohio outbreak. Instead, she believes that the cause is existing pathogens, including COVID, flu, RSV, and mycoplasma, which is a type of bacteria that can cause pneumonia. Dr. Celine Gounder, a CBS News medical contributor and infectious disease specialist, echoed Dr. Cohen's sentiments, stating that the outbreaks in the US and China are similar, but not connected. She emphasized that we're seeing an increase in the usual viruses and bacteria that we see circulating in the community every year. Interestingly, this increase is particularly noticeable in kids and infants who don't yet have immunity to some of these viruses and bacteria. But Ohio isn't alone in seeing this surge. Doctors in Massachusetts have also reported an uptick in cases of respiratory illness, with a modest increase in pediatric pneumonia cases over the past few weeks. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health has stated that this increase is seasonally appropriate and is in line with the levels of pneumonia typically seen at this time of year. They also confirmed that there is no evidence that the cases seen there are related to mycoplasma. So how can we prevent our children from getting a more serious lung infection like pneumonia? Dr. Gounder suggests one of the best methods is to vaccinate kids against viruses like the flu, COVID, and RSV. While these viruses may not kill children and infants, they do leave these kids more vulnerable to both viral pneumonia as well as bacterial pneumonia, both of which can be prevented through vaccination. In summary, while the increase in pneumonia cases among children in Ohio may be cause for concern, health experts assure us that this is not a new or novel respiratory virus, but an uptick in typical pediatric pneumonia cases. Vaccination against common viruses appears to be one of the best lines of defense in preventing more serious complications like pneumonia.